Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over update cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, maybe a couple other coins to go into, take a look at that, and give you my opinion what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on in the TradFi market. Well, um, the bulls did not win over there, so we have to make a couple more different assumptions on that. Okay, so like I said, if it starts breaking those levels over there in the TradFi market, I was looking at the SPX. See, it's below 4,100 again. So it went up above it, came back down. Um, just gonna have to see how this is going to play out over here, guys. Is the S&P 500 going to be doing a full blown correction? Like drop down to correct this sequence, or is it going to be coming down and then going off in a lower high and then off again? That remains to be seen with the S&P 500, but it's going to make a difference with Bitcoin. It's like, I'm sitting here going like, I can't believe that I have to include the S&P 500 in my Bitcoin videos now because it matters, right? And people want institutional investors to get into cryptocurrency. So you think Bitcoin is married to the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 now? Wait until they're in it. It's going to be even more. They might as well put it together. Well, I don't want to say that, but that's just my take on it. It's my take on it, guys. Keep crypto. You don't want it coming in like that. All these regulations, it's getting people's hype. It's going to get more money is going to come into it. Look, who cares? Can you get a 10x in crypto? Yeah. Can you get a 20x in crypto? Yeah. Let's just leave it alone. Just leave it alone is how I look at it. Do people need protections? That's what the traditional financial markets are for. Okay. Look, here's the deal. This is what I'll say to them. If you want to get the massive gains like you do in crypto, you're going to have to take on the risk. Now, if you want to go over and have your protections over there and be coddled by the whoever, some sort of securities association or the government, then there's the traditional financial markets. You could go over there and find moonshots. Here, I'll show you one. You don't have to go to crypto. I'll show you. It's called Elf Beauty. Where's old Elfie here? Here's the old Elfie. You see that? There you go. It's on the New York Stock Exchange. You see that? So there you go. You don't have to go to crypto. You could go over here. May of 22. You see that? $21. It's up to $72. That's a pretty darn good run to me. Look at that. 250%. So there you go. You don't have to go to crypto. So keep them out of crypto. They don't want to, have something. Now, all those people lost money in FTX. Hey, look, I feel for them. And that's a shame. And it shouldn't be happening. But there's a serious risk. I had money in UST. Remember old Luna? The Luna coin was the top of the world. And everybody like, I checked the fundamentals, man. I checked the fundamentals. They look so good. And dude, believe me, it looked good to me too. I was like, wow, it looks really, really good. But at the end of the day, the fundamentals weren't right there. They had a crack in their armor. And looks like somebody saw it and took advantage of that. And what happened? I had money in UST. Luckily, I got out of UST because I was able to flip it on Kraken. I was able to shoot it over to Kraken and flip it. And it was like 96. It was like about, it was supposed to be pegged to $1. It was starting to come down. It was like 97. It was going down 96. I think it was like 96 when I flipped it. And I wasn't talking about flipping $500, guys. There's at least two more zeros behind that, the amount that I was flipping all at once. So that happened to me, and I took that chance, and I lost money there. Luckily, I got out of it. There's other people that I know that lost a lot more than that. They wrote it. They had serious belief in the fundamentals of Luna, and they thought UST was going to come back, and it never did, guys. So okay. So imagine having $50,000 or $100,000 in UST, and you start hoping it's come back because you believe the fundamentals. So, the technicals, are they always right? Obviously not, they're not always right. And the fundamentals, definitely you can make the fundamentals look great. That's the problem is like, where's the chinks in their armor? So you look at it from a fundamentals point of view, go look at it and go, okay, where can you find make a dent in their armor or start cutting away at their armor to make them weak and get them taken out in crypto is kind of how I would look at that. So as an example, if you look at Hex coin, if you look at the coin, there's no way to really there's no, it's not at risk at anything. All it's at risk is just there's not enough buyers to push the price up. But as long as an asset has more buyers than sellers, it doesn't matter what's going on in the world. If an asset has more buyers than sellers, kind of like Elf Beauty right here, okay, if it has more buyers than sellers, the price is going to go up. It's not going to matter what the interest rates are doing or what Powell says or whatever or anything. Can there be some sort of devastating event? Black Swan maybe does something. Well, Elf Beauty didn't really care. Here's the probably, I don't know, right there, but Elf Beauty doesn't care about it. 250% on Elf Beauty. I started talking about this one somewhere, I think it was like right around here, just showing people an example that there are stocks that you can find that are doing moonshots. And from March of 20, this thing did a serious moonshot, guys. Look at that. March of 20, it's 800%. So, but this would have been the trade right here, May of 22, even if you got in like at $30 on Elf Beauty. So I just found it interesting. So you can find them. Anyhow, went off on a tangent right there. Let's go over to Bitcoin. So what do we have to assume? Let's go back to DXY. We have to assume that DXY is going to be going into an uptrend. Okay. So it's probably doing a leg here, back down. So here's what I assume with the DXY is maybe it's going to be doing something like that, guys. So that'll bring the market down, more of a correction, right? And then it could probably go into its deal right here. So you're looking at the DXY here. This is the 12-hour chart. You see how high that is? It would be really nice if it brought it back up in here and then did something like that. It's back up in there, and maybe at that point, the correction will be over. So you could be looking at a couple more weeks. Looking at Bitcoin, guys, it's looking like probably until the end of the month that Bitcoin is going to be doing its thing. Just looking at the time, I'll go over the time a little bit with you and show you the reasons I came up with this USDT chart. Okay, so here we go. Look at that. It decided to do a little shot out of there. So that's actually pretty good for the USDT dominance chart. Because this, if it shoots up there some more, and it very well could, guys, it's making a massive amount of bearish divergence here on the 12-hour chart. You can see this 12-hour chart. It's starting to get up there pretty good. So that means it's winding up, in my opinion, for a drop at some point. Okay. I think it's winding up for a drop, guys, at some point. Probably get up there, and then this thing can do another drop just like that, guys. Okay. It's really... That's what it's doing right there. So here's the count on it, right? This whole thing is the third wave. This is opposite of Bitcoin. And then either the first wave is here or maybe here, maybe a flat for wave 2. It came over here. Here's your third wave, just opposite of Bitcoin. You see, that's Bitcoin flipped upside down. And here's the fourth wave, okay? And then here's the fifth wave. That's kind of what I'm checking out with USDT dominance chart. So this chart is really telling me the higher it gets up there in the, especially right here, your momentum indicator, guys. You see how it was going down and it was being dragged up. That's a sign of some type of like it's divergence in there. Some type of correction is going on in here, and it can start dragging it up. And that last little blast down that Bitcoin did blasted this up, and it dragged it up quite a bit in that 12-hour chart. Okay, let me check the daily chart. The daily chart is up above 53 now. It's up above 53, and definitely this definitely has that look, like something like that, guys. So it's just going to take a little bit more time for Bitcoin to do its thing, and I think you have a good shot of Bitcoin making another leg up based off this data right here. But then again, I could be wrong. About that, guys. So be aware of that and plan accordingly. Let the market do what it's going to do, what it's going to give us. So here's the deal with Bitcoin. All right, here on the daily chart. And so you got this daily RSI right there, guys. And just looking at the RSI data, like here's the 12-hour RSI. Look at that. From that peak down to there, the 12-hour took everything out already, all the way down to its first wave almost, guys. And just looking at that's so low that it's almost like you have to count this as a wave 1 right here, this whole thing, like 1, 2, but yeah, it's a third wave. So here's the thing with it. We can go in there and look at this on the 2-hour chart. I was checking it out. I think it's doing a flat. flat. Just like I was mentioning in my previous videos, at some point, it's probably going to do a flat, do its thing up here and do a flat. So here's the 3-wave move, and here's a 3-wave move, and then it's back down for a flat. And this looks awfully 3-wave-ish, but I don't think it's done. I think it's just some sort of maybe a short looking 3rd wave, possibly. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, maybe up for a 4, or maybe the 4 just goes here and then down for a 5. And these are the target areas right here, 21.5. I was looking at 21,250, 20,800, and 20,400. And then you have a look like this. Okay, you could have a look like this with Bitcoin. Okay, so up on 1, 2, and then here's maybe the 3. Now, don't get me wrong, it could be done. That could be some sort of ABC move, but I don't think so if it's a flat. The flat's got to be a 5-wave move, guys. It has to be a 5-wave. So like that, okay? So you take a look at Bitcoin, like you see this one? Look, right here. You see? Boom. That's a typical, those are usually wave 2 corrections like that. That's what's kind of strange to me. Usually these flats are wave 2 corrections because they're so abrupt. So it goes up in wave 1, and then it comes down in an A, and wanders up for a B, and it does a boom. You know, that's what they usually do. And it did it in here, which we're assuming this is a wave 4. Maybe it's not a wave 4. So with Bitcoin here, it'll probably do that. And then you want to look down here in the chart. So since this wave is so big now, you want to go these higher time frames, and you want to see, you're going to want to start checking on at least probably 6-8 hours, maybe be dragged up a little bit, and maybe it'll make some bullish divergence. Okay. Or it could take some time, guys. It could really take some time after a wave like that, because what could happen is it'll really get some people scared. Does a 3rd wave, maybe 4th, and then it might be done with its sequence there, but it's just going to start wandering up again like that into some weird pattern that you won't be able to figure out. And you're like, is it bearish? Is it bullish? You can't tell, because that's how it always goes, right? And it'll come down like that, right? Something like that. And people still be like, oh, what is it? What is it? Oh, look at it. Bear market is back. And then it might even do it again. It might even do it again. Here, I'll show you an example where it did that, okay? I'll show you an example where Bitcoin did that. So you want to keep your eye out for something like that. So we're going to take a journey back in history of the Bitcoin. So here we go, guys. Check this out. All right. So here you got your flat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see that? And look at that right there. This is on a bigger scale, but it came down in this 5-wave move. You see right here from that peak, you got a lot of divergence. And you look at the RSI, you'd be looking at this like, what is it doing? You know? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it just went up like this. You see from that point, it was 21 June, and then to there, it was 21 July. So it took it 1 month. So it went up into this wave, and then it wandered back down, got everybody bearish again. Oh, look, it's all going to zero, guys, all going to zero. And then boom, you see, it turned around. It turned around right there. And that's what I'd be checking out over here, guys. See if it does something like that. Okay? Just to be on the safe side. Now here's the bearish deal, guys. Here's the bearish deal. Okay, so you want to be bearish on this. Let's go with the bearish count. It's really simple. Here's what the bears are going to want. It's really simple, guys. Let me go to a 12-hour chart. I'll show you. It's what you want to keep an eye out for. Okay, for the bearish thing. If we can't rule out this was an ABC, maybe it was. So let's assume this was some sort of ABC. Now it's going to zero, right? Going back down to 6K. 6K. I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking. I'm not saying it's going to 6K. Here's your 1, 2, your 3, maybe a 4, and then a 5. So now you got your 5-wave sequence here, right? So then it'll swing back up in ABC, and it'll start doing another one over there, something like that. And it won't look that clean either, because they never look that clean. It's never that easy, right? It's never that easy. So that's what bears would say. The sequence is done there, and then it's 5-wave, and it's going to retrace, and it's going to do even a bigger 5-wave over here. But the problem is, guys, is that on that wave over there, okay, so if it's going to come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like so, and come back up in ABC, and it very well could, then you're going to want to be paying attention over here like this, guys. See how high is it going to drag that RSI up? And it very well could, if it started dragging it up there and you see the price, you know, like that, then it very well could start making setting itself up to do that. but that's a long time down. That's going to take it a while to do that, guys. That'll take it a month probably with waves this big, waves that big. So the time. Here's the deal with Bitcoin, guys. In my opinion, Bitcoin finished its wave pattern actually right there. I think it finished right there. Okay. So that was the 23rd of January, and it's been in a correction ever since the all the way up till now. This is the 10th of February. So you're looking at a correction. So I'm assuming right now, I am just making an assumption because it's wave over here. So you take a look at this wave right here, guys. So you see that wave, it started on 30th of December and it finished on 21 January. So about 3 weeks, right? So now it's been over here. So you got to figure at least that same amount of time, So 23 January, or no, that's 21 January. So at least 21 February and maybe even to the beginning of March would be the time frame. Okay. So you want your correction to be almost as long, as this wave. Okay. So you have time to be checking things out up until probably the end of the month. I'd start late, like the 23rd, 24th, or 25th of February. I'd be like, okay, what is it doing now? What's going on? That's what I'd be doing. Okay. If you're not trading or you're just looking for long, like buying coins or something like that, that's what I would be doing. And waiting for it to finish its correction and just keeping an eye on the data down here in the RSI. What is it doing? Is it showing signals that it's going to go down more, or is it going to go up, et cetera, right? So that's what it did there. And then the move now that it's done this, it's started to come together. You can always figure these moves out after the fact, like what it's doing during the time. Like I was looking at Gala. If you go look at Gala, I'm like, what is Gala doing? Which is that the wave? Is that the end of the wave? You going up there, you have to wait till it finishes up. And now that Gala's doing its thing, I see what you're doing, Gala. Gala's did the same thing. A lot of the other cryptos are doing the same thing, guys. So it's right here, 1, 2, 3. And then it's like, let me go to a 2-hour chart in here. So we know we got 1, 2, 3, and then it was and it blasted up right here into another wave, and then it was here's A, B, C, okay, and then up for this 3-wave move. So it's like kind of like this, kind of like a 3-wave move through here, 3-wave up, and then a 5-wave move back over here, guys. Okay, so there's your flat. So basically, you would have a move like 3, 3, like this, 3, 3, 5. You're flat, your typical flat. Okay, something like that. Okay, so like I'll show you. Let's go over to Gala. I'll show you guys on Gala. Gala made it like it's coming out a little more clear with Gala. I posted this on Twitter, guys. These are the areas you want to check out with Gala. Okay, so here's Gala, right? Here's its wave pattern and its peak, and then it came back down, and you can see that it finished off its wave right there. And this was the area, that's why I had this on here, and it's like you can't really know until these things finish themselves out. But you can clearly see with Gala did the same type of pattern. So it finished there, it came down in 3 and wandered back up in 3, and now it's going to finish off 1, wherever that 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at with Gala. And if you put it here, let me put it on a 8-hour chart. I'll show you guys with Gala. You see that? That's what you want to look for. These are good corrections. You can see them. You can see these types of moves. Now, don't get me wrong. Can this go to zero according to the bears? Yeah, it could, maybe, guys. So, you never know, man. We're investing in cryptocurrency, the most volatile asset in the history of mankind. Yeah, stuff can happen. So here's the deal. All right. So usually with these assets, they come up and you see them and they make that little hook shape. So you see them come up and they go down and up and they make a little hook like that. You can see it all the time. I see it all the time in cryptocurrencies. They make that little hook shape and you can see a little correction up there. Okay. So this is just on a bigger scale. Guys. So I was looking at the whole deal with Gala. And you could throw some fibs on there. So I could show you some targets I'd be looking at with Gala here. And this is Gala. This will be Gala's wave 2. So it can go down a lot deeper, guys. So here's the A wave. I'm going to the top of the A wave right there. to the bottom of the A wave. Okay, now we got a long drawn out B wave. You got to go to the B wave. B wave went higher than the A wave. And you can see right here, here's the fib targets. Now, these types of moves, you could take it off log. It might work a little bit, guys, going linear, but more likely not, in my opinion. So here's the deal with it, right? It's already went up in this A and a B, and then it's swinging back around for the C wave, right? So 1.618 is where you can check 2.0, and then definitely down here to 2.618. So these are definitely going to be the target areas. Previous fourth wave, okay? Previous fourth wave. And then can you have it like wick down to these areas? Definitely can, guys. It can definitely get down there. You want to be aware of that. This is a pretty volatile asset, is Gala, as most of you probably know. It goes down quick and it goes up really quick. So here's this wave pattern, and then up and back around. So if you stick the flat on there, you can see like this. Here's your A, there, right? There's your B, and it's going to come down for a C. And you take a look at that. There's the flat, just like so. Yeah, looks pretty good. You see? And when it looks real good like that, you put it on there and you're checking it out. You're like, okay, it looks pretty good. So that's what I think that it's doing. So Gala's been in a correction since the 14th of January, 13th or 14th of January, and it's going to come back over here. Now, the other thing is too, guys, that the Elliott waves, all you need to know is about these waves is that it goes up into a wave and it's going to correct and it's going to come back over the previous fourth waves. That gives you a really good signal that if they come back around here, I'll let you guys know something. It's very simple. It's coming back, went up into a wave, and now it's going to correct over here, and it might settle in this area or something like that. And you see it just hanging out in this kind of like that area. It's waiting for Bitcoin to go bullish, and it goes that previous fourth waves. That is a really good signal that you're dealing with an asset, more than likely that it's in a second wave correction, guys. They like to go down there, okay? So can it drop a little bit? Is it going to drop a little bit farther? Yep, it could drop all the way back down to 0.02 cents, guys. My targets I posted on Twitter for Gala is 0.0. It was like 0.039, 0.036, 38, things right around that area, and then a potential wick slide down to this area. Probably you wouldn't be surprised. I could say 1, 2. Hold on for a sec. It looks like right here with Gala like this. You see, it's got 2 of them. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Maybe there's another one in there that I'm missing, right? 4, 5, and then maybe some people see that or something, and Gala goes and they get sucked back up. It stays in that area. Generally speaking, guys, kind of what I would expect. So you might want to have some limit orders. Down a little bit lower if you really like Gala. Now, price targets on Gala, guys. So here we got Gala, and Gala be a pretty decent deal for 2023. So here's the deal with Gala. Let's go over both scenarios because, Bear's going to tell you this is all going to zero, right? Going to zero, guys. We're going to pound you down to the ground, get you back down there. Very well could. But here's the deal. We got a wave pattern right here, an obvious wave pattern. And look at that. I didn't realize Gala was taking out all that RSI too. Last time I checked, it was still up here. That's pretty nice for Gala. So here's the deal. We got a wave pattern, right? We got a wave pattern right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what's Gala need to do next? Well, Gala needs to correct that wave, okay? Now, it might be all the way up here. That's why you got to go down here. And you see the wave pattern. What did Gala do down here, guys? You see? Gala went, here's this wave, right? Here's the start of its wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. More or less like that. But down here, it's real deep, you see? That's why you got to pay attention to that RSI, guys. Some people get scared and they go, I didn't correct deep enough in the price. But did it correct deep enough in the RSI? So you have 2 options. You have 2 options with Gala. It's going to be A, B, or C, okay? And with a C wave target, you can be looking at Gala. Let me put this back over here. So I'm going off to Gala right now, guys. Gala is a pretty cool coin. It's one of my favorite gaming tokens, guys. So those who don't know, I hadn't talked much about Illuvium. I do like Illuvium, guys. Illuvium has proven itself. I just didn't do much with it because I don't like doing, where's the bottom on Illuvium? You know what? I was like, these other coins have bottoms, man. Concentrate on the ones you can make money right now. Then rather than I was like, just Forget about Illumina for a little while. Let it go do what it needs to do and find the bottom and wait for the reaction off the bottom. So that's how I look at that. So we got to move right here with it, right? So let's say it's going to, let's be conservative and say it wicks down to 0.029. Okay, let's be conservative, and let's be conservative on a bounce. So what could it do right here? Okay, you got A, and it swings all the way back down here for a B, and it go right there, 0.08, and then 1 to 1. Okay, and you can take it off log and double check it. That's kind of high right here. You might go like this, 1.618, 0.08, or something like that. Look, guys, Gala's going to hit logarithmic numbers. Gala's going to hit logarithmic numbers. Okay, so you got your target areas like 0.08 to those areas. Now, C wave 2, you have to realize a C wave can get it up there to 1.38, 1.618, guys. C waves can rock and roll in cryptocurrencies. Okay, don't eliminate the C wave from your arsenal in cryptocurrencies. The C waves can. That's what they do down. That's what they do down, guys. They do go down and up. A, B, boom, C. You see, they can do it the other way too. So the A wave, A, B, boom, C, like that. Those C waves like that. So this would be the C wave that Gala's in. So it can do up there. Now the 1.618 is be the 20 cents to 22 cents, somewhere in there, 18 to 22 cents for Gala on a impulsive move on a third wave, guys. Now, I don't want to go to higher price targets. You're looking at like much higher, but like that's really what I would be expecting with Gala on the next wave run. So somewhere between 8 cents and maybe up as high as near 20 cents, guys, with Gala. So, all right. I cannot get now. The other thing is I'm not able to get the Gala did some sort of flat. That's the other thing is too, you want to check for is a flat. So I'm ruling out a flat. It's very difficult to find like an A, B, and this was the C wave over here. You need to find to find a flat. So like this, I can't, like, it's very difficult to find some sort of A. Well, I got that backwards. So it'd be A should be up and the B like this, somehow over here, you gotta, it's very difficult to like, you can't do that. That's too far. That's too far for the asset to fall. So you want to check that. So there's not possible for me to find a flat. Okay. So that's ruled out. So it did a reaction off the bottom. So you can expect it to do a correction and do a reaction over here too. So at a minimum, that's why I was so bullish on Lido, guys, is because Lido did that reaction. Let's go to Lido. I'll show you. That's why I was bullish on Lido. Is common sense, guys, in my opinion, is over here with Lido, guys, is that you see Lido over here, guys, right here. It did a move. It did a correction, and you would expect another move over here. And I don't think Lido's done, guys. I don't think so. I think you're looking at a minimum $6 target over here with Lido, guys. Okay. So like this, at a minimum, you'd be looking at A, B, and a C, just like that. So that's why I'm going with that, guys. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.